Picture this. You walk into a store to buy a gift for someone who really, really matters to you. This isn't just a casual present. This is a this has to land kind of gift. And as you browse, something strange happens. You're no longer just a buyer. You become a defender. You're defending yourself against an invisible accusation. Was this person really worth it to you? And that's why expensive gifts usually make only one person truly happy, the seller. Because when it comes to actual joy, the price of a gift is, statistically, almost irrelevant. And yet, luxury gift sales explode every year. So why do we burn so much money on gifts that don't actually create more happiness? In the next 8 minutes, I'll explain why this happens, why men are especially vulnerable to it, and why the third reason is the one almost nobody talks about, but it explains why even expensive gifts sometimes backfire. Let's start with the core truth. Psychologists Flynn and Adams discovered something called gift asymmetry. It means the giver and the receiver judge the same gift using completely different mental systems. And here's the first twist that explains everything. You're not buying a gift. You're buying a signal. You have two brains involved, and each has its own scoring system. The giver, that's you, thinks in terms of proof. If I spend more money, I prove how much this person matters to me. Price becomes evidence. It's visible, quantifiable, and most importantly, safe. But the receiver doesn't think in proof. They think in meaning. And meaning almost never comes from the price tag. It comes from perceived effort. Did this person think about me? Did they notice something specific about who I am? Let's do a quick honesty test. Which feels more valuable to you? An $80 gift that could belong to anyone, or a $20 gift where you instantly think, wow, this is so me. Most people choose the second one, right? When we receive gifts, we're not materialistic, but when we give gifts, something flips. We panic, and that panic has a name, defensive spending. You're not trying to maximize joy, you're trying to minimize risk. Risk of what? That moment when the gift is opened, the facial expression, that tiny pause you interpret as judgment. So you stand at the checkout thinking, if it's expensive, I can't be criticized. That's how you end up buying the overpriced chocolate box, the default luxury perfume, the premium version of something with zero personality. Not because you believe it creates more joy, but because it protects you. Now here's where it gets a little uncomfortable. Men are especially vulnerable to this, not because men are bad at gifts, but because men often use money as a substitute for effort when three things collide at once: time pressure, emotional uncertainty, and guilt. You didn't think about the gift early enough. You're not fully sure what she wants, and a part of you knows you could have done better. So, money becomes the fastest way to compensate. This is why the most expensive gifts often happen last minute. They're not acts of generosity. They're acts of relief. You're not buying joy. You're buying the feeling, at least I didn't mess this up. But here's the critical misread. The receiver is not judging your price. She's judging your attention. And this is the second twist. From her side, the question isn't, how much did he spend? It's, what does this say about how well he sees me? That's why an expensive but thoughtless gas station gift produces a forced thank you, and a cheap but personal gift produces genuine joy, because attention signals presence. Money only signals effort when effort is missing. Now let's zoom out for a second, because this problem isn't just personal, it's structural. The market actively trains you to solve this the wrong way. Most gift marketing doesn't sell meaning, it sells safety. You see words like premium, luxury, exclusive. What they're really saying is, if you buy this, you can't be wrong. And that works, because that's exactly what anxious givers want. Here's an underrated insight from retail psychology. The moment a product is labeled as a gift edition, the comparison changes. Customers stop comparing product value to product value. They start comparing signals to signals. And signals don't compete in the same price wars as commodities. You're no longer asking, is this worth the money? You're asking, does this communicate what I want it to communicate? This is where things can either become manipulative or clean. And there is a clean way to do it. So let's make this practical. There are 3 rules that fix this problem. whether you're buying gifts or selling them. Rule 1. Effort must be visible. Effort is what the receiver actually feels, but effort only works if it can be seen. A thoughtful gift wrap, a handwritten or genuinely personal note, a simple line like, "I saw this and immediately thought of you." These things cost almost nothing, but they work because they convert effort into meaning. Rule 2. Give the giver a story they can tell themselves. The giver wants certainty. So don't sell just a product, sell a narrative. This was curated for people who... This was chosen intentionally because this is a gift edition for someone who... The stronger the story, the less work the price has to do. And rule 3, the one most people miss. Use the ego premium, but use it cleanly. Many givers pay an ego premium, not to impress the receiver, but to buy this internal sentence, "I did this right." The clean way to price this is not cheap versus expensive. It's standard versus meaningful. Standard is the product. Meaningful is the product plus effort plus story. Now the upgrade isn't more stuff. It's less anxiety. And here's the deeper insight that ties everything together. Expensive gifts are not irrational. They're rational, but for the wrong objective, not joy, security. So next time you buy a gift, don't ask, "How much does it cost?" Ask, "What effort can I make visible that actually fits this person?" And if you sell gifts, remember this. Your job isn't to push people toward the most expensive option. Your job is to help them signal care without wasting money. Do that and you win twice. The buyer feels safe. The receiver feels seen. So here's a final question for you. Be honest. Which gift did you overspend on? Not for them, but to protect yourself. Let me know in the comments. Just one word. What was it? Thanks for watching.